If your gut is inflamed, your body won't burn fat, no matter how clean you eat or how hard you train. I'm Elizabeth Ayler, gut and hormone expert, and today I'm answering the top 10 questions I get from women struggling with bloating, fatigue, food reactions, and stalled fat loss. And we're going to dive into the straight science. And if you guys are new to following me, I struggled for years with severe digestive issues. I had 15 types of parasites, H. pylori, SIBO, mast cell activation. I had eczema, rosacea all over my face, my body, and I was down to 3 foods. And even those would cause my nose to run. Me have to use steroid creams all over my head, my face. And I went to doctor after doctor with zero results. And when no one could heal me, I healed myself. And now I work with women all around the world with chronic gut issues, SIBO, mold, Lyme's, breast implant illness, fibromyalgia, you name it. And let's just dive right into it. So here are my top 10 questions I get from women struggling and fix them because I want to help you get real results. We're going to go into the first one. Why am I always bloated even though I eat healthy? And I hear this from around 95% of the women that come to me with gut issues. Eating clean doesn't mean your body's digesting properly. And if you're bloated after meals, especially healthy meals, this usually means low stomach acid, poor gut motility, or even stress that's shutting down our digestion. And if we're looking to lose weight too, because I work with a lot of women, when I heal their gut, they lose 5 to 40 pounds eating more food. So I'm going to be relating this to fat loss and the metabolism for you. But if we have chronic bloating, we're going to have chronic inflammation in the body. That's going to increase our cortisol levels, which is that fight or flight response, and lead to that fat storage. So I want to go into this question a little bit more. The why I always eat, if I'm eating healthy, why am I bloated? For me, like I said, I was down to 3 foods. And if we have something, as we get older, our stomach acid gets lower. And if we have things like H. pylori or stomach infections going on, then we could have low stomach acid. And that's what we need to actually denature protein and break it down into the amino acids. Those are your building blocks for building muscle. Those are for your neurotransmitters. And we don't just want to add in an HCl supplement though, because if we have H. pylori, it can kind of put it into hiding. And if there's things like H. pylori or even things like gastritis, that could actually increase inflammation in the gut and cause you to have more bloating and feel worse. We need to get to the root cause first of what is going on with your gut before you go and add things in like this. So if you're a person that's struggling with bloating, even eating after healthy, we want to look at, hey, first off, root cause. Do we have stomach infections going on? Do we have gastritis, H. pylori, SIBO? I'm an FDM practitioner. If you go to my client case studies on my YouTube, I healed all of those individuals without testing because I did thousands of dollars worth of testing on me. And I learned one thing out of it. If your body is so depleted and you have a lot of inflammation going on, just throwing parasite, yeast cleanse, all these things at you could irritate it and set fire to the flame. So I really work on, yes, getting to the root cause, but healing our body first, healing that gut lining, supporting our liver and our major detox organs so that our body doesn't have all these crazy herx reactions and we're able to actually, rebuild our resilience back up. So we're going to go into the second question. And before I do, I am so excited. I am launching a free live masterclass next Thursday. And I am teaching you, this is specifically for women over 30, my 3-step system to shed fat, boost your metabolism, and finally reveal abs. So if you're that person, like I tried all the diets out there and I want permanent results, drop reset in the comments below on the Instagram, and then on YouTube and LinkedIn and everything else. I'm going to be putting in the comments after I post this, the direct link for you to sign up. And I'm almost completely out of spots. We only have 300 left. and it's next week. So make sure you grab your spot, drop reset below on Instagram, and I'll put everything afterwards for you guys. So next one, what causes food sensitivities to develop later in life? When we have a lot of gut inflammation breaks down your intestinal lining, and it can lead to things like leaky gut and even an overactivation of your immune system. So, for example, foods you may have tolerated, when you were a young kid, now those could be triggering symptoms for you. And if we're having a whole host of inflammation, this is going to block fat loss. And I want to kind of hit a few key aspects of the food sensitivity aspect, because this is going to relate to all of my busy women out there. If you're the person and you're like, this is me, I'm starting to develop food sensitivities to things that I used to eat and have no issues with. And food sensitivities could look like histamine issues, runny nose, migraines, skin issues going on, bloating, fluid retention, hormone imbalances, even anxiety because of the gut-brain connection. And if we're having these sensitivities, I want to throw this out there because it doesn't sound sexy, but stress is a huge one, because the women that come to me with the gut issues are the busy individual running their own business, or they're the busy mom trying to give to their kids, give to their family. Their sleep's going, their hormones are getting thrown off. And what happens is, and they're also overdoing fasting, overdoing cardio, and not getting in enough nutrition, because we want fat loss, but the body's not responding. And when we're putting our body in a state of stress, meaning we're pushing it on all ends, giving to everyone else, the sleep is going, we're overdoing fasting, we're overdoing cardio. Maybe you've been on birth control for a while, or you've taken multiple courses of antibiotics through your life. Your gut just does not heal and restore from those antibiotics. And what happens is this could show up in leaky gut, and then things are going to go into the bloodstream, causing more reactions. I was down to 3 foods, and I was having such bad histamine reactions because of the inflammation in my gut and all the stress that was going on, and even the gut infections like yeast, bacteria, H. pylori, SIBO, those can create more inflammation. And you could become, sensitive to those foods, because the foods go and leak into the bloodstream. And then your body, if you're eating the same foods all the time, I was on 3 of them, then your body could actually add, attach an antigen to it. And that could become a new sensitivity. I'm not saying an allergy. Allergy is throat closing. Sensitivity is different than that. So, and a really good example of this is I had one of my clients came to me. She was down to 3 foods for 10 years, and her whole body would swell. The next day she would feel like a snowman and look like it. Her ankles, her legs, her face, all of it. And 90 days in, guys, she's eating over 50 foods. None of that's happening anymore. She's going to the bathroom daily. And when you get so limited, it makes you get more stress and anxiety, because you lose your life. You can't go out and eat. You can't go to restaurants. Like, you don't know what to eat, and you're so fearful over everything. And if you're like, that is me, send me over the DM ready on Instagram, or I'll put it in the show notes below. I work one-on-one with clients all around the world with chronic gut issues, even things like MTHFR, Lyme disease. I had a lady with, 12 inches of her colon removed. And I know what it feels like to go to a doctor and them say, you have IBS, take Miralax, Ducalax, you're fine. I get to the root cause. I heal my client's gut, and head to my case studies playlist on my YouTube. I go into all of their healing journeys, and they take you through what they did, everything, because I truly have a passion for healing people. So send me over that DM ready. This is your unicorn moment. Now, I got more questions, so we're going right into it. So why do I feel inflamed and puffy all of the time, even though I'm not gaining weight? So that feeling of just swelling, your clothes, like jogging pants would even hurt me. Puffiness is often, inflammation and fluid retention, and that could be caused by blood sugar issues, cortisol, and for my women that are hitting perimenopause, 35 plus, estrogen backup, or poor lymphatic drainage. What happens is, if we're in this place where we have thyroid issues, Hashimoto's, or even undiagnosed thyroid issues, because The doctors don't run the right test. They test your T4 and your TSH, not even your T3. Head to my Hashimoto's playlist on my YouTube. I deep dive into all of this and the right testing. And that is where you're actually in your liver is where 80% of your thyroid conversion is from your T4 to T3. That runs your metabolism. That's also where our body starts, recycling the estrogen. If we have estrogen dominance going on, belly fat storage, it makes it hard to lose weight. Fluid retention. I went postmenopausal in my 20s, guys. I had a lot of health issues and no doctor. They just wanted to put me on birth control. I didn't do that. I healed myself naturally. And I felt like I had a fluid of just retention all over my abs. And when I finally got down with my liver, started healing my body, the stress, balancing the hormones, the detox pathways, kid you not, I was eating more food and I was I am 6-pack shredded, but my abs just came back. I had a client, she was trying to heal her gut for years. She had C. diff, H. pylori, mold, Lyme's, all of it. She was on 80 different supplements, Hashimoto's. And I'm like, less is more. We got down to the root cause. She's only on 6. I think we have her on 6 supplements now because there's fillers, binders. If you have things like sulfur issues going on, you could be adding in glutathione and different B vitamins, and it could be overloading your detox pathways. And then all of a sudden you're getting, histamine issues, itchy scalp, you're getting chronic bloating, foul smelling gas, all of those gut issues going on. She is literally in the best place that she's been in years. And she got on and we were on our call the other day and she was showing me her abs. She's like, Elizabeth, I haven't seen my stomach, my obliques in years. She's like, I finally feel like my body and even her appetite. She's like, I used to have cravings all of the time. I feel full, satiated. So your gut impacts so much when it comes to fat loss. Kid you not, guys. And if you're just hopping on now, you go to my case studies playlist on my YouTube, Elizabeth Daylor Fitness, and come join also my free masterclass that I'm doing on May 8th, next Thursday, because this is directly related to women over 30 that want to shed fat permanently and do it in a way to where they feel phenomenal. Because it's one thing to do an extreme and lose weight. It's another thing to lose the weight, have all the tools with your energy through the roof, your hormones balanced, your libido back to where you want your spouse to be putting their hands on you. Because when your libido goes, hormones, all of this is interconnected. So we're going back to it. I love. I got more questions. Can gut issues really cause hormone imbalances and weight retention? Yes. Your gut, as I just mentioned, it's where our liver, it detoxes the estrogen, converts thyroid hormone, stabilizes your insulin levels. And if it's inflamed or if you're constipated, your hormones are going to suffer big time. And again, guys, that liver, a lot of individuals have liver congestion, but that doesn't mean just go take liver supplements. We have to get to the root cause of the gut. It's not just about taking another supplement because, as I just mentioned to you, I have clients with the MTHFR gene mutation. They have histamine issues, sulfur issues. And what works for one individual doesn't work for another. So that's why if you're dealing with gut issues, you DM me ready on Instagram or head to the show notes. It's my passion. I really love healing people with chronic health issues. And this sounds horrible, but when we hop on a discovery call, I always say this, I'm like, the more issues you got, the more excited I get because the healing journey is incredible to see people get their health back. And yeah, it's my passion. Now, number 5, why is my digestion so slow? I feel full, heavy in my stomach for hours after eating. So this is also a sign of poor digestive fire. If we have low stomach acid, even things like poor bile flow, maybe you had your gallbladder removed. I have a lot of individuals with that. Or you have thyroid issues or undiagnosed thyroid issues that can slow down your gut motility. And that's going to lead to your food fermenting in your stomach, creating that bloating, gas, feeling like you're having incomplete bowel movements or not even going at all unless you take Miralax, Dupalax, all these magnesium citrates and flush everything out. And it could even lead to cravings, like big time cravings. And if you have slow digestion, that 100%, as you guys are starting to see now through the connection of your thyroid, your gut, your liver, it affects your metabolism, your ability to lose fat. That's a huge one. So as I mentioned, though, don't just throw in an HCl supplement, because if we have a lot of inflammation going on or things like H. pylori, you can be setting flame to a fire already. I have a client that has EOE, and she came to me. She feels like her food is stuck in her throat. And like you would think, okay, she has acid reflux, GERD, all of that, increase her stomach acid. But she has so much inflammation in that gut that is actually going to put it off and cause her to have more issues. So I'm doing things very slowly with her, working on not just through the diet, but really specific things to soothe the lining, using different types of herbs to stimulate the bile flow before we move into things that are going to increase the stomach acid, which kills off bad bacteria in the gut and starts repopulating and getting to the root cause. Now, next gut question. Why do I react to healthy foods like bone broth, avocado, and spinach? This was me. If you're the person you're like, I take a probiotic, gut healing food, I feel worse. I do fermented foods, I get more gassy and bloated. I have bone broth. Oh my God, I feel so inflamed. Skin issues, eczema, itchy scalp, migraines, nose running. This is often histamine overload. And the foods aren't the problem. It's our body's clearance of the histamine due to our gut and liver dysfunction. Let me break down a little bit of science, okay? I'm an FDM practitioner, so I look at things. Histamine, DAO. DAO is an enzyme, and it breaks down histamine. If we have a lot of inflammation in the gut, there can go two different ways. I like to think about it as the bucket. You're putting stuff in the bucket, but you're not making enough DAO, the enzyme, to break it down. So that bucket is overflowing. I would live with chronic migraines. My bucket would be so overfull. So all of these health foods, fermented foods, wines, certain probiotics, things like bone broth, avocados, and spinach, they're high histamine. And if our body is not breaking down that histamine, again, gut infections, or it could be a DAO issue, or it could be, an inflammation in the gut lining. What happens is it could show up on your skin, itchiness, migraines, and adding in these healthy foods that you think are healing the gut, even specific probiotics, could make you worse and create more inflammation. So a good example, you have to check out my case studies. I have a client, Andrea, and we healed in 90 days. She was living off of 7 Zyrtex a day. Her whole body was red. Her friend could literally write shitty on her back. I have a picture on the thumbnail of the YouTube. You have to check this out. And she went to allergist after allergist. They told her nothing could be fixed through diet. She did all the allergy shots, all of the food sensitivity testing. I got rid of her redness within 2 weeks, off Zyrtec within 3, going to the bathroom, chronic anxiety and migraines gone. And this beauty has her life back to be with her friends. She dropped fat. She got her hormones balanced out because we got the inflammation down. We got to the root cause, and she spent years, guys, 6 to 7 Zyrtex a day. And she was a hairstylist. So trying to even get through her day-to-day basis with her kids and all of this, when you're taking so much stuff that's just like drugging you out, no, you can heal your body, but do not just follow a generic, gut plan on the internet. That's why I work one-on-one with clients to heal their gut. DM me right on Instagram, head to the show notes. My passion is healing the gut because I see so many women that, just like me, I spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on supplements, following plans, only to be left feeling worse, more reactive, not knowing what to do. And I'm so grateful for my OCD that I had as a little girl, because it allowed me to take all my OCD out to where I can literally pinpoint. I have a client with a rare lung disease, and she was like, Elizabeth, lunch and dinner, kid you not, something's happening. I'm having chronic gas and bloating immediately. And it's like foul smelling. I don't know what it is. I need to cut all my food out. I'm like, no. I looked at it. we were having a sulfur issue. I made 2 changes in her diet with 1 food and 1 supplement. She messaged me, kid you not, today, and she's like, it's 100% gone. That just means we have another issue going on deeper that we need to address. So I'm like I can pinpoint things out in a second. It's like, it's fun for me. I love this stuff. I got a few more questions. So what supplements actually help without making me worse? I see so many women over supplement, especially on a lot of protein powders. I want you to check the ingredients on the back of the label, because if you have things like guar gum, xanthan gum, sugar alcohols, all of these are added for thickeners, for sweeteners. They can create more gas and bloating. And if we already have a lot of liver issues going on, then that could actually overload the liver. I love using kind of this example of, it's like an individual taking like 80 different supplements. Your body has to literally figure out what each ingredients are, what each filler is, break all of that down. So more isn't always better. And we have to really get down to the root cause and see what works for the individual. I say a few basic supplements that a lot of people, I believe, are deficient in is a really good magnesium, not the oxide or citrate. Those are just going to, stimulate the bowels, but a good glycinate or threonate. Also, minerals. Minerals are a key one, because working at a cellular level, I work with a lot of individuals with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, and we're not absorbing our minerals that work at a cellular level. And then also another big one is a vitamin D3 K2, because a lot of autoimmune conditions, like your blood work can say you're great, but a lot of these we're deficient in. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to diagnose. And I do want to mention a lot of those protein powders and a lot of those, if you have histamine issues and you're taking every probiotic under the moon, you could be getting worse. And if you have things like MTHFR gene mutation and you're taking a multivitamin and it's not in the correct form for your B vitamins, that can give you more depression and anxiety. So it's about the individual. Do not just go online and buy random things, guys. Like, please, please, please do not do that. Now, got a few more questions. How do I support digestion naturally without a restrictive protocol? Before I go into that, I know we got new people hopping on the live. If you are ready to shed fat and reveal abs, I'm hosting a free live masterclass. Drop reset on my Instagram live below. I will send you your exclusive free link. Spots are going fast. You don't want to miss this. I am sharing with you guys my 3-step solution to shed fat, reveal abs sustainably, doing it in a way to get your health back. We talk about blood sugar, and this is how I helped 1,000 women, well over that, get their body to their sexiest, strongest self when no fasting, no diet, no cardio regimen could get them there. And I'll drop it in the show notes below for all my other channels and in the comments afterwards. Now, come back to it. A few more questions. How do I support digestion naturally without another restrictive protocol? Few things. I'm going to give you 2 top tips. Sit down with your meal, put down your phone, and chew your food good. Because so many of us, we are in the go, 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 rushing around. We're not even present with our meals, that you're just swallowing your food whole. Digestion starts in the mind, then it goes in the saliva. So if you're swallowing your food whole, I make a joke with my gut clients. I'm like, your stomach doesn't have teeth. And then also, if you're stressed out and just in a stressful state on your phone the whole time, your blood is going to go towards the external extremities, not towards digestion. And you're going to feel bloated and have issues. Can constipation affect my hormones and fat loss? Yes. If you're not pooping daily, estrogen and toxins, they could recirculate, causing mood swings, skin issues, and even weight retention. That's a big one. Type constipation on my YouTube channel. I have a miracle fruit that I eat every single day, and it works better than psyllium in terms of regulating your bowels. So go check that out, and then head over to, again, my digestion playlist. I deep dive into all of this. Now, final question. How do I know it's time to stop trying to fix this alone? If you've been stuck in cycles, guys, of cutting out more food, adding in more supplements, doctor after doctor saying that everything is normal, or you have IBS, which is I don't know what is going on with you, and nothing's changing, it's time for support. If it's not, find someone that you believe in, that you trust their process, because if you don't believe in what they're giving you, you're going to be more stressed out and you're not going to get results. And don't just think you need to do every test in the world and spend thousands of dollars on testing, because if someone's not sitting down with you, and I tell my clients, my gut clients this, and it doesn't have to be me to help you heal your gut. Of course, I would love to help you heal your gut. Like I said, I'll put the stuff in my show notes if you could DM me ready on Instagram. But I just know what it feels like to go to everyone out there and then just be like, take this supplement and dismiss. It's more than that. I work with my clients with their stress, their sleep. I'm able to take them through what to eat, when to eat, the foods to eat, because it's more than just add in the supplement and do a gut test. If you're already inflamed and someone just gives you 5,000 supplements, they're going to put you not feeling your best on the floor like I was, having Herx reactions. We need to get the body healing. We need to get the body supported, rebuild your resilience, because you can kill everything in your gut. And then you know what's going to happen? It's the bad guys are just going to take right back over, because then you're left with nothing in the gut. You killed the good, you killed the bad, and you're depleted. And fat loss and gut health, they really go hand in hand, as well as even mental health. And that's something I'm so big with, because I was that girl. I was on antidepressants as a little girl over 10 years. I was over 200 pounds. I had an ED, got down to 90. I had the eczema, the rosacea, and I really just want to heal people. So if you do need help, like I said, DM me ready on Instagram, head to the show notes below, and come join also my free live masterclass. I will put all the information in the comments of this video, as well as in the show notes. It's also linked in my Instagram bio. There's only 300 spots left. It's absolutely for free. And I'm sharing with you my 3-step solution for women over 30 to shed stubborn fat, transform your body, but in a way where you feel so strong, so vital, you got no cravings, energy through the roof, and you feel your strongest, sexiest self. I love you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful day. And I'm going to be doing these gut Q&As every Friday. I have it set up. I have so many more questions I want to address, and I'm truly just so excited. This year, I'm sharing so much more about the gut, because I'm helping women lose 5 to 40 pounds and transform their life when they're like in a place of, I'm going to say, like, desperation, because their health is so bad that they just don't want to live anymore because they're in so much pain. And I just really have such a passion for healing people. So I love you guys. Have a beautiful day.